It's your boy, King House. We live and direct. Another episode, 10 Toes Down. The audio gonna be on WCR 90.3 FM. So you know we doing some things, man. What's good, Kia?
What's going on? Is your girl Goddess Kia, and we have a very special guest in the building.
Introduce them, yeah.
Yes, that's right. What we call ourselves?
StressGods.
StressGods in the building.
Oh man,
gentlemen, what's up? What's the word?
What's good, my G? What's good, man?
Thank y'all for having us, man. We appreciate this.
Listen, we appreciate you, man. You know what I mean? We've been chopping up behind the scenes.
Yeah. Yes.
You know what I mean? Just y'all have a dope vibe to y'all, and man, let's just go ahead. We gonna have a good time and have a dope conversation, man. It's like
that's good.
Sure.
You know, y'all amongst family.
Hopefully, y'all don't laugh at my corny jokes. I already said one behind the scene. I disrespected New York, but that's neither here or there. I know that y'all get this question all the time. I go by the name Goddess Kia. So when I seen StressGods, I'm like, what? What's that all about? So tell me what inspired that name.
You want to break it down?
Like, here's some real quick.
All right, so it's just like we feel like we handle stress at a godlike level, and we strive to be great and be better than yesterday, and just be the best version of yourself. That's what a stress god is.
Let me tell you, that's phenomenal.
I like that.
That's phenomenal.
He the smooth talker.
He from Queens, and we gonna pretend he from Queens today. Stress God Queens. Okay, yeah. So that's really good. That's really dope to understand that, and that's the name alone and the message behind it is so positive. That's a dope analogy. And it just gives off this certain aura to anyone, and definitely you can get all audiences from any demographics with that name and the message behind it. So thank you. Thank you, because that's positivity all the way.
Thank you for receiving it. That's
the most important thing. Yes.
So how did the formation of the group come along?
In college?
Yeah.
We was in college. I came from down south, and I wanted to go to school in New York.
All right.
To just deal with fashion, and I wanted to deal with the music.
Was that a culture shock?
Nah, I came up here every summer. I was born here. I was just raised down south. So I spent a lot of time in Harlem.
That's good.
So I was like, nah, I think I need to I have to go to New York if I want to do anything. Like, if we go crazy. I went up there. I met him at the school.
Yeah, so this is at Monroe College.
In the Bronx.
So y'all doing Monroe?
We went to both campuses. So it was smart because when I was applying, I was like, oh, they have a campus in the Bronx, so I can.
Right.
And then New Rochelle wasn't far. So I was like, all right, this makes sense. So we met at the New Rochelle campus.
Okay. All right. So what was your major?
Business.
Smart.
Minor in entrepreneurship.
I ended up only going there for about a year because me and him, we used to like travel in the city a lot, roam around out there, and then we kind of just stumbled upon FIT. And we did a tour around there, and we was like, yo, one of us got to get in here and just really make some noise.
The Fashion Institute of Technology, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I ended up transferring over there, and we just started running rapid over there in the city. FIT.
Okay. All right, y'all met in college, but what was that first conversation like? How did you do music? I do, like, we want to do music. Like, how did y'all come up?
So I was there. At that time I didn't like. I was just trying to figure. My thing was I needed to get in the city. Like, I was like, all my friends are gonna be in the city, but he was there. He was in my classes, but he liked music, and he had nice sneakers. I'm like, what's this guy's deal?
That's what I'm talking about.
But I'm like, I don't know.
We got to get like a little street cam going on. Okay, a little foot cam going on.
Yeah. So I was like, all right. Like, and we just kind of started having small conversations. I was like, yeah, this is what I do. He like, I like music. I do this too. And I'm like, well, I mean, we just started kind of running.
Yeah, started exchanging ideas. And
and this one from there. Okay.
Kind of building up on that.
Well, big ups to you guys because
organic.
Right, it's organic, but then you guys, y'all didn't grow up together.
No.
You know, y'all don't know each other's background, but y'all came together collectively to do something, and that really speaks volumes, especially from New York. Sometimes, especially when it comes to music, people want to shy away. Everybody want to be the boss. Everybody want to be your chief. Nobody want to be the Indian. And y'all coming together to do something collectively with just meeting each other really makes a really big impact to other people to say, listen, you can do this too. You know, you don't have to be divided. Along with, of course, your shoes played the role in it. You know what I'm saying? It sealed the deal. I don't know what you had on, Nikes. What you had on that day?
The Yeezy ones.
Oh, he had the Yeezys. Okay.
Right.
So I gotta start wearing the Yeezys. Go to the millionaire, events, wear those, and it may take me serious because y'all know I want to open up this brick and mortar. So
your footwear definitely is important if you're trying to step crazy.
Facts.
Oh man.
So now, y'all come together as a collective, right?
Yeah.
So what's the process? And just like we always say, we like to drop some jewels on people. And also when they watch it, we want to entertain, but drop some jewels. So like, as a group, right? When y'all make decisions or what have you, what's the process that y'all go along? Like when it comes to everything from the clothing to the beats to the concepts for songs to the videos, etc., etc. Because you might have one idea, you might have a totally different idea. So how do y'all come about making things work where it fits both, fits both of your visions?
We just trust each other. Like he trusts me, I trust him. It's very simple. It's like we spend so much time doing it, so we already know what we like. It's like-minded. We're just like-minded people.
Willing to just try new things, new ideas. It's like we're not afraid if it fails. If it fails, it's just like okay, we back to the drawing board. We try something else.
But it never fails us. I feel like it's just like because we're building it ourselves, it just fuels it. We might not see the fire then, but it's just got more gasoline. Yeah. That's the fun part of it, though.
Y'all give me inspiration. I know my business partner's out there waiting for me.
Facts, definitely, 100%.
I'm gonna have on the right shoes.
You said the key word though, which is trust.
Yeah. And
in this industry, and I both been doing this long enough to know how cutthroat it can be. How important is that word?
Oh, it's everything. You can't get far if you don't. Like you need to have trust.
Yeah, you gotta have that trust in your team.
Mm-hmm. Build your team as well. Make sure you have
a team. I texted him earlier today.
You can't do it all by yourself, so you gotta put your trust in people.
I always say one man can do many things, but many men can make greatness.
100%.
It takes a team.
Yeah,
it takes a team.
So now we talk about a team, right? Team, how important a team is. Because you got a lot of artists, right, who aren't in your position right now. So they might think that okay, I could just go ahead and do a couple. I have a catchy song and do a couple of TikToks, and I'm gonna be lit or whatever. And that happens for people, but there are other times where you gonna have to hustle, and I've been hustling for a minute. You're gonna have to hustle. You're gonna have to bust your ass. You're gonna have to work. You know what I'm saying? So how important is the hard work and the dedication aspect to the craft?
Everything. It's everything.
Just having that understanding that this is a journey and a process, and it doesn't happen overnight. It's a build up.
It's a career. It's a real life career.
You said key word.
Yeah, like you don't make no money from it. Right. For a long time, you're nobody until you're somebody. It's the only profession that's like that. You're nobody. Like you tell somebody, I make music, they like, are you crazy?
Facts.
Until your music is what it is, and they're like, oh, you make music. So it's one of those things that you gotta if you choose to do it, you're gonna bite the bullet and suffer. And we learned that we saw that the Pharrell documentary, the Lego Pharrell joint.
Yeah, that's a dope documentary.
And he struggled. They told him no so many times. They told 50 Cent no. They told Kanye West no. They told
Jay-Z no.
Yeah. They told everybody that was great no. And then when you realize that, you're like, oh.
Right.
We kind of gotta.
Yeah, we kind of gotta. It sounds like no is the key to success. Yeah. I need to hear no a couple of times.
You just dropped some jewels. We gonna use that quick. But I'm listening because you just dropped the bomb. But so, it's real.
I
mean, you mentioned Pharrell, but what is the most uncommon place that you got inspiration from music or song? Where do you get your inspiration from?
Life.
Okay.
Yeah, just life experiences, relationships.
Okay. Are any of you guys in a relationship?
I mean,
Plead the fifth.
No, it's not even that. It's like
plead the fifth.
You have support. You have to build a support system. Like it's hard to be the perfect in a relationship and you're building a career.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
you should be a politician. I wasn't.
Okay.
He knew exactly. He knew the right answer too.
Okay, go ahead.
Media trained.
So are you saying that is not easy to juggle this type of career and have a personal, intimate relationship?
You just need a support system. Like you need more than a relationship. Like you need a support system.
I understand exactly what you're saying.
Yeah.
You need somebody that's going to have that understanding that this is what you do.
Yeah.
You know, and there's going to be sacrifices that have to be made if you're going to be a part of this.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you can create like a soundtrack for like a non-musical moment in your life, what would it be? Like if it's just not music, if you just could create a soundtrack, where would it come from? Like just like if it was non-music, if it wasn't a musical thing, but you wanted to create a soundtrack, you wanted to get inspiration from something else other than music, what would inspire you?
Food?
Okay.
Or art. Traveling.
Art. Okay. I heard you say fashion and stuff like that. So I feel like a lot of artists in general, that they just kind of like lean towards fashion in some way, shape or form, or maybe it's just me. But is there any connection between an artist and fashion?
They're the same thing.
Oh, they're one and the same.
Yeah, they're the exact same thing. They're
both an expression of yourself as an artist.
Okay. What about acting?
It's the same thing.
Okay. Okay. It's art.
You're using audio recording to convict someone, like just like a movie. Denzel got to sell you the film.
Like the character of someone important. It's
all interconnected. It's like the like we all watch movies. When you watch a certain movie, you watch a certain scene, and you hear a certain sound, and that sound invokes a certain emotion out of you or what have you. Like I get exactly what you're saying. It's all locked in. You can't have one without the other. It's all intertwined. Yeah, you know and that's the beautiful part of it.
Yeah,
you know that's what makes the art of entertainment as a whole just
make you a true artist.
Yeah, a true artist.
Yes,
you know
that's that's influence. Like if they don't want to dress like you, or if they don't want to. You have to
be like you.
Yeah, it's a big pot. Like you gotta put everything in it, and that's how you become influential. Like
this is a weird question, but someone told me to ask this. And it's interesting. If you can relate your music to a certain texture, when you talk about fabric, what texture would it be?
Silk.
Silk? Okay. All right.
Said that off the rip.
Silk twice or just one person? What would it be for you?
I say silky or cashmere.
Cashmere. Okay.
Yeah, that cashmere fit you perfect.
You look like a cashmere person. I don't know what that really looks like, but it fits you. It fits you. So what are some of your goals and inspiration with the music? You guys are definitely doing well for yourselves.
Thank you.
Like where do you plan on taking your music to? What levels? Where you plan on taking them?
All around the world.
All around the world. Okay.
Touch the people, like make the people feel something.
Okay.
You know?
Okay.
Quick question. That Stance video, right? That's a dope song. So y'all really shot that overseas?
Yeah, man. We shot that in Paris.
So what was that experience like?
Boy, so we got like our first time in Europe. We just kind of like went in strong arm, like. So
went out there on the whim.
When you knew your bullshit.
Yeah, literally. Like we conquered the city, like we lived here and we seen the peak of growth in the States. So we're like, my dad's like, nah, you want to get something going, travel. So we're like, all right, we're gonna go, let's go check it out. So we just went, started just hitting the ground. We went to the hood. We went to this place called Pantin. It's in District 93. That's like the hood in France. So just started connecting with the creatives there. Like we
kind of just took that Kanye approach. Like no one invited us out to fashion shows, so we just kind of
coming in
on our swag. Like,
and I'm pretty sure they receive a lot of love.
They're nice. They're great people. So our boy our boy Patty, like he's into film.
Yeah, shout out to Minutemen Productions.
Shout out
us on that video.
It just helped us bring. He's a like-minded person. So our main thing is when we travel, we look for people who are very like-minded, and they just mesh. So he's just like, nah, let's get right. Let's shoot this video. So what we do, it's brick. It's cold. It's cold. But he's like, let's get right. So we just went around Paris. Everything. Funny thing about being art. Everything that no one usually sees is fun. Like. People don't usually see Paris, France, like American artists.
Okay, I see.
Sitting there, and then you give them something creative. They're like, that's different. So, like, that's how you want to. That's the way you want to project your art.
Okay, all right. Because some people don't have the opportunity to go there. You go there and bring the opportunity to them through your art.
Yeah. But you also, even if not having a chance to go, they get the perspective like, nah, I want to go there.
Right.
Like you showing them that you could come here. Like, and if you do come here, these are the things you can do. Like,
you almost inspired them to make the trip.
Inspiration.
Yeah.
Inspiration.
100%.
Especially in the hood. Because we always get to see the Eiffel Tower and this and this and that, but you really connect with the people.
They letting the people know from here that, yo, it's possible.
Yeah.
And you know, it's funny how you said that, because I remember, I've never been overseas, right? But I traveled all throughout the country. And I remember, this was years ago, the first time I went to Cali. So, you know, when you from New York, the first time you go to Cali, you know, it's a different experience. You know, it's a whole nother vibe. You know what I mean?
Trying to fill it out.
Yeah. But it's like, you know what I mean? So for a guy like me who's from the Bronx, you know, going to LA is like, you know, it's like my version of Paris. I'm like, oh shit, you know what I mean? But when I came back and it was like the dudes from my neighborhood, it was far-fetched to them. And they didn't think it was crazy to me. I'm like, hold on, man, you could book your stuff online and what you talking about? But to them, it was just kind of like, they were so used to being in that box.
Yeah.
You cannot live your life like that.
So it's kind of like, it's dope because it's kind of like, coming where we come from and y'all traveling to Paris, y'all traveling all across the world, y'all showing the kids and y'all showing even people that's y'all in y'all age group and even older that, yo, this shit is possible. 100%. You can do this shit.
100%.
It is, but even your family members, because I mean, just imagine when you travel. I traveled a lot. New York got, you know, like a lot of popularity overseas everywhere. Like as soon as you say you from New York, because when I went to Paris, you from New York? Do you know Tupac? I'm like, I know of Tupac, but no, I haven't met him yet, or Biggie. So and you start traveling, and I get that, but I remember the weirdest thing is when I traveled the first time was overseas to Africa, and every family member was like, they're going to eat the lions, tigers, and the bears. I mean, you name it. They tried to discourage me from going there. And then, you know, when I came back and I told them the good stories about, you know, the experience that I had, everybody started traveling. So it's just, you got to be that first person to make the first move. Right. So and that just shows that you guys are leaders. Because, people are traveling, but not, you know, there's still room for you to inspire others.
And that's why y'all going to be successful, because y'all innovators. Because the average person the average artist, period, I don't care what genre, wouldn't think to go ahead and make that move, man. So,
unless you're already, you know, part
established or whatever.
Right.
But, you know what I'm saying?
Now we had to make a way out of nothing, you know. But it feels great because we made a way from it.
Right. So do you connect with certain people before traveling, and you know, or you just go out there on the wind, like, and you meet them there, like? Because
it's how we came up in New York, like. Treat this when you know that term when they say if you can make it here, you can make it anywhere.
Facts.
It's literally a fact. Like
it's the same formula.
Same formula.
Go out there, we go to different like shops and stores, and
we go touch the people. Like we literally go and meet the community.
Connect with the locals, see what this.
You guys get it. Y'all get it, man. It's like. Even with the presidential election, we ain't touching no, you know what I mean? I'm just using that as an example.
Ooh, about to argue with this one.
Yeah, of course, online presence is heavy, but yo, you gotta get out there, shake hands, and kiss babies, man.
100%.
Can't shower.
The people gotta touch you. The people gotta know you there. The people gotta feel you.
That's how they build the story to you. We're big on like merchandise, so we would print a lot of merchandise. Like we printed our garments ourselves, and we would give them to people. And we realized, like, Yeah, because we didn't come from an era of social media. We understand it, but it's an app that's a manipulated app.
Y'all don't look that old.
Our era is music, though. We come from genuinely like being friends because of the music you listen to.
Yeah.
Okay.
How you dress, like we care about that. Like,
right.
That's our social. That's our social.
Coming up, like people judge you based off the music you listen to. You ain't getting gel on the same music. That was not gonna be fat.
We don't hang.
Yeah.
That sounds like a political view to me, but anyway, but that's pretty dope. I just appreciate that you guys are so authentic and that you're creating. You're an innovator, and you know, because I just felt like we have these conversations in other podcasts where people are they feel like people are following a trend instead of creating the trend. So it just is like a breath of fresh air to have two artists that now is like, nah, we just gonna be us. We're gonna be creative. We're confident. And for me, being a businesswoman, like you starting off with the business because the business is the more like they say, I don't know if it's true, but 80% of music is business and the rest is your talent.
It's called music business.
Music business.
You learn that the hard way though.
You had to learn the hard way.
What? I mean, yeah.
Okay.
Because we're an active label. Like, we fund everything. We do all the work. Like,
yeah, you got to learn the ins and out quick.
Steve Stout said it. He said, once you see what's under the hood, you can't unsee it. So we understand.
You damn sure can.
Yeah, so.
You can't.
But we love that because we understand the music business.
Yeah.
And it's the most cutthroat.
Now, let's stay there for a second, right? We all know as artists, a big part of the business is performing.
Oh, yeah.
So, you know, nowadays you have artists who don't take the time to put in the creativity into their actual performances.
Honey, child, I done seen some stuff.
Yeah, we both have.
Now, let me tell you, I seen the good and the bad when it came to that.
And the ugly.
You're out of breath.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, like, knowing the creativity that you guys have, right? When you go into a performance, like, what's your mindset?
Just putting on the greatest show ever.
100%.
Yeah.
We take it serious. That's
kill it.
Well, there's some people who so I have had the honor of going on, well, not even just going on stage, but seeing the process from like an old school perspective when it comes to performance, like with Dougie Fresh, right? Oh, yeah. So I've been on there, I'll go to the sound check with him, and there's a process like to leading up to the performance. Then I've went on stage with younger artists and I'm like, wow, they didn't even like prepare like the way I see Doug do it. And I'm like, wow, there's a big difference. And I didn't really, some may not. I think that artist development and artist performance, there should be a someone there that helps with that development 100%. Because
they're kind of losing sight of the purpose of like show business, which is filling out the seats. They don't care about all the internet antics and all that. They want to see you.
They want to see you perform
and fill out the arena.
Yeah, I think that's what it leads to. You don't have to worry about all that in between as long as you can fill out the arena. But for me, there's two things I have a passion about: the money, business, and health. So, and from my perspective, when it comes to health, if there's not someone who is there to make sure that you're healthy, you have your breath control, that you're eating healthy. It's only but so long that you can just go on, sell out the seats, and then now you're going to not, 2 years going to go by, 3 years going to go by, and then now you got problems.
Yeah, you got to.
You're not going to be able to sell on those seats
if you want to.
Right.
You need artist development.
Be in this career for a long time.
It's a career. Like you need to be up. That note that what you just said about Dougie Fresh is like that's the greatest thing ever. That's what you have to be a student of the game to understand that it's prep. Yeah. Like you have to. It's a career.
And music is almost like playing a sport.
Yeah,
facts.
You can't be great in basketball, football.
That's what Doug said. Doug said music is
every day.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Steph Curry going out there shooting 100,000 jump shots a day.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
So you gotta have that same mentality when you're approaching doing your shows. Because ultimately, that's your game right there.
Yeah, you're in the same place where they play the sport.
Right.
Like yes.
Your
goal is to get to the same environment They go perform at Madison Square Garden.
Right.
The Knicks play there.
Yeah, facts.
Your court.
That's a fact.
Yeah, that's the goal.
It's a sport. You just know.
Proper preparation prevents poor performance.
100%.
Yeah.
You know?
That's a good observation right there, but that is true. That is true. So when I see that, I go, wow, how long is this person going to last doing it this way and with using this formula when it comes to their health? And, you know, it's just a scary thing. And I'm like, who's there to like tell them? No. Yeah, I understand you. But someone had explained that when you are making so much millions and you wearing all these chains and all this stuff, it is so hard to speak to these people. They don't want to hear it until a crash happens.
Because you're the product. If you're not prepared and you can't keep going, that's why like as we grow, we respect the Futures, we respect the Kanyes, we respect the Nickis, because those people we all have to get to that age one day, and they not even slowing down.
Nah, they getting stronger.
They in their 40s, they full speed. Yeah. So us young artists, we have to understand like this isn't an age thing. This is prep. LeBron James still going crazy.
Yeah, that facts.
Like, his son is there. He's still there.
But he's at the highest level. Like he's performing at a higher level than boys that just came in.
Literally.
He can play as long
39 years old.
Yeah, like that's scary.
Still leading the team.
But it teaches you like it's prep. Like you must prep. You must prep. You must take care. Right. Or you ain't gonna do it long. Like,
let me ask you this question. Why do you think that some of the labels don't put an emphasis on artist development anymore like they used to?
Because the models change. Mm-hmm. Like
it's all about the models.
Yeah, the models, like the way that things are going, they're not. That's for your team to build. Mm-hmm. They want you to bring your team, and then they can move efficiently. It's like, can't blame them. They go where the money goes. It's business.
And they're going to take the one that's less money. They don't have to less investment because, you know, now you can be a YouTube sensation.
They want a ready-made product.
American Idol now. You know, there's many ways
they want a ready-made
start
product.
But that doesn't create longevity. Like the great artists, like if you just look, you could go down the list, the top 10, like Doja Cats, they were sitting at the label for years. She was signed for years before you knew who the Doja Cat was. Mm-hmm. Frank Ocean was signed to Def Jam for years before you knew what Frank Ocean was. Mm-hmm. It just tells you, like, this is prep. You gotta go through artist development. You must.
Yeah, you know, it's as I'm talking to y'all, right? And he doesn't get the credit that I think he always deserves. But Tyler, the Creator.
100%. He's the greatest artist ever.
Come on.
Tyler, the Creator.
Creator, that tells it all. He creates.
Since the beginning, Odd Future, like, the guy's a visionary. Like,
because you guys put me, like, when I hear your music, you kind of put me, like, in that same zone.
That same space.
In that same space.
I mean, they can go in the arena. That's what you're saying.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Yeah,
we'll take that.
Yeah, you're saying they can go in the arena.
Talking about creativeness, like who is your top 3 creatives? Like who are the top 3 people that you go, yeah, these people is dope. Ain't no
Michael Jackson, Lauryn Hill, Stevie Wonder.
Oh, like man. What's your list?
I'll go Kanye West, Outkast.
Ooh.
And I say Lil Wayne.
Ooh, okay. Is there any reason why you picked those 3, especially Stevie Wonder? I'm curious to know. He's been on the headlines.
I like how they make music.
Those are like some of the greatest musicians of all time.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Gotta show respect to them.
That's right. Absolutely. But some of them outside of the music, they create. I mean, outside of it, even Kanye with fashion, with just so many other things, just being someone that's active in the community and speaking up. You know, it's just so much more.
Visionary.
Visionary. A lot more. And those are definitely good picks for sure. So if you could, speaking of that, do some work, make a song with someone, who would it be and why?
Writer or artist or producer?
It could be artist, it could be producer, it could be, you know. They thinking like do.
Kanye.
Oh, that'd be sick.
Yeah, Kanye.
That's it.
Oh man, y'all be in there for days. Like yeah, we got this.
He understand music.
Yeah.
Oh,
he understand music.
That's
yeah. Pharrell is
He's an
good
actual
too.
genius.
Pharrell's amazing, 100%.
Yeah.
But you could get, if you get Kanye and you could get Pharrell in, like,
Facts.
you see, like, it's.
I see it.
Yeah. Those people hanging, that's the same kind of people.
Right. They're going to bring something out of you. Something even better. You're going to come out there better.
Mm-hmm.
You'll be having that Jesus juice right out there after that. Like, yo, I'm God. Kanye said, that's what's up. Yeah, that's what's up. Let me tell you, I mean, being an artist is not easy. There's a show. I didn't get to see all of the artists, but Jadakiss was one of the people that was on the show, and they gave people the opportunity to really see what it is like to make a song, to be an artist, like to just go into it. From the little snippet of the show, I could see that we take that profession for granted. We know, that's just easy. You know, and then one guy was like, damn, come on, your breath. Like, I'm out of breath already, you know, making the song. So, like, run us by, like, how, I don't want to say it not easy it is, but just the steps to being an artist, and so that people can take it seriously, because it's something that's a craft, but it requires a lot of energy. It requires a lot of thought. You got to sometimes play songs over and over again. There's certain cadence that you want to it. It's just so much that goes into it to where people know. Do you know what it took for me to make this damn song? Mm-hmm. I'll be ready to slap it, but that's a whole nother.
And then even afterwards, add on that, the promotion behind the song.
Right.
You might have to go ahead and do drops for like 150 DJs that day. You know what I'm trying to say? But
that's after the fact. Just making the song requires a lot. Like, the guy was like, "Nah, I'm not doing this." Jada said, "I'm happy you respecting that." but
for guys like them, the creative part is the easiest part.
Right.
For guys like them, the creative part is 1, 2, 3. That's the easiest part for them, because they so in sync with each other. Mm-hmm. When you have that type of chemistry with each other, you can't duplicate that.
Yeah.
And that's why, like, you know, y'all got something that's special.
Thank you.
And y'all just hold on to that shit and just keep rocking out with each other, man. Because the bigger y'all get, man, you know what I mean? You're going to have more people that's rocking with y'all, but you're going to also have more haters. And then, you know, y'all just pay that shit no mind. Y'all always keep y'all 10 toes to the ground, stay level-headed, man. Because y'all brothers about to go far.
Thank you. That means a lot.
Oh, man. Phenomenal.
Now, let's go ahead and turn into how the Roc Nation deal came about.
It's going to get there.
So our producer, so we make all our music from scratch. Mm-hmm. So shout out to Mano, but he does all our music with us. So he's a big time. He's Grammy nominated twice right now. Mm-hmm. So he just believed. So our manager Ralph, he's another really successful guy in the music business. They did all of August's music. So we knew, just like Quincy Jones was important to artists, we knew we need to be near the people. We need to build a team that's near people who understand music. Because you can't fail if you got the music. Music's the product.
Facts.
So he put us with Mono. Then we just got into sync. So you add me and him to him. Making music from scratch. We're using synthesizers from the 70s. Like, we just... we love it.
Shaka should have been here. He would love this.
Just lock in, want to do a project with us, and we just...
It started with like single, but we would lock in and be efficient. 4 hours, we cooking up the beat, then the whole song. We just kept doing that.
Time slot.
Keep doing that. We kept doing that. And then it became this thing where it's like, nah, this makes sense. So we just kept going. So... he was signed to someone else. Like, the person who signed him went over to Roc Nation, Andrew. And he was like, I got this group. It's the best thing ever. They're going. He's like, all right, when y'all come to LA. So we went to visit Roc Nation. We didn't think anything of it. It's like, yeah, we love this. Like, we played, because hip hop is hip hop. It's in a weird state, right?
Yeah.
So we played all the other music, like our African music, because I'm African, he's Jamaican. So it's like, we love music, so we're going to make what we want to make, and we're going to be able to put it on the project how we want to put it on the project, because we know we're conceptual artists at the end of the day. So we played our pop music, or something we call alternative music. We played our Afro music, and they're like, wow. Because our rap,
you're so diverse.
Yeah.
Diverse.
So that took a liking to that. Diversity is what, like, that's music. We're not just, you can't label us rappers. You're musicians.
Artists.
Artists.
Period.
100%.
The whole full packet. Okay. And then I'm pretty sure there's somewhere in that conversation of y'all making it from scratch and you bringing it back to the essence, right? Yeah. And that's daring on your behalf.
No, it's better. You say yourself short, somebody just give you a beat.
Right.
It's going to go like, because then your brain can't go all the way to it.
Right.
We know what we listening to, so it's like, we seen how this engine was made. Right. We're making an engine.
Built it from scratch.
Yeah.
It's like a fresh idea you want to see come to life.
Yeah.
It's a different level of passion that you're going to have for it. It's like having a baby. It's your baby.
100%. Yeah. We're not trying to give we don't want to give the people something that we don't love. Like our whole method, our ideology is that we're doctors and music is medicine. Yeah. But we use the medicine on ourselves before we give it to you.
That's phenomenal.
The music that we give you is like scientifically proven to reduce your anxiety or your stress, or if you suffer from like ADHD, it helps relax the mind.
Helps you medicate also.
We suffer from all those things. Like we have all of them. Yeah. So if it's working for us, it's gonna work for you.
Facts.
Wow. As men confessing to that, that's good because a lot of men like kind of suppress their feelings and emotions.
We all crazy.
We all crazy. Okay. You my cousin.
We live in America.
Facts. Now I'm glad since y'all opened the door for that. How important is mental health?
It's everything. Like, this is the thing that operates everything in the body. This shut down everything done.
Facts.
This creates everything here that's surrounding us in this room.
Right.
It all starts from an idea, and over time we bring it to life.
It's your mental health. Like, you can't function without good mental health.
Facts.
So it's important that you care for it, you nurture it.
It's your engine.
Yeah, it's your engine.
That's right. So
your engine got to run right. Your engine has to. Sometimes you have to crank it up a little bit or whatever. Sometimes you gotta work, but you gotta work on it.
It's also a muscle.
It's a most important muscle.
It's a muscle. It definitely is. That's the mind, but then the brain is something. The brain is something else, and the mind is something different.
Yeah.
The brain you can touch, it's tangible. You can cut it, but the mind is unmeasurable. That's something else. That's your God gene right there.
That's exactly.
Right. So
100%.
You signed, right? You guys are businessmen. Right? You mentioned this is a cutthroat industry. You mentioned that earlier. What steps did you guys take before walking in that door to make sure everything was good and you got what you wanted out of it? Because you could have been like, you got your creativeness going on, you got your authenticity going on, and you step into those doors and they're like, nah, I mean, I like what y'all got going on, but I want you to change this, or I want you to do this. That happens sometimes.
Yeah.
What conversation and steps did y'all make before walking in that door? If you did, maybe you didn't and you trusted God and you knew the conversation was going to be all right. But for me, my craziness, the bad devil and the good devil, I'm like, I would have been walking in the door like, I know they're going to try to play me. I know they're going to try to change my artistic, abilities around and probably try to tell me to leave him. Like so many things could go on in my mind as a woman with the possibilities. I like to prepare myself, but then I'm an overthinker and I just probably stress myself out after that. Yeah. But did you guys have that thought or a conversation, or did you just walk in there and let God take it over?
My team is strong. Our manager would always tell us this, and we used to hate it. He like, nah, we're not interested if it's not the president. It's not the president. Don't bring me no A&R. I don't want to see no A&R.
Right.
Bring me the So that just stuck. He manifested that. Now, every time we deal with anybody in music, it's usually a president.
Right.
Like, so you and your team. It's business.
Yeah, we want to talk to the bosses.
Yeah, like
that's right.
You going with
like
your team.
dad.
If your team's strong, you're gonna come out with what you want. That's it.
We approach it with this idea, like we know what we want, and we have like certain things that we want to see in the contract that if they don't offer it to us, then we can stand on it.
Right.
Keep on grinding.
They won't play with us like that because you know what we're bringing to you.
Baby.
Like, we're efficient. You want something efficient, so you're gonna understand how you should run this because you don't want this to go out the door.
And I feel like we say, even though it is a cutthroat business, when you go in there like that and you know how to move and you move militant, they not gonna play around with you.
Yeah, we just a small business going into a bigger business.
Right.
Yeah, pretty much.
But
that's what it is.
The most important thing is that you said the team.
Yeah,
and when you have a strong team and you don't have to worry about nobody on your team, baby.
you can reach for the stars.
What?
Team.
We all in sync with one another. Like, you know, I could walk he could be in the room. I don't have to worry because I know that person going to represent the team. I don't have to worry about it. That's just a breath of fresh air.
100%.
For sure.
What's your biggest fear as an artist? Or do you have any fear as an artist?
You went through them already. The struggles.
Yeah. But I mean, like, okay, it's like.
But there's more to experience.
Let me word it. Like, okay, like, do you ever get to the point where you feel like, I'm talking about creatively. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Well, like, 'cause, you know, sometimes you have artists who, like, they burn out. Well, I mean, they burn out when, like, sometimes they gotta take breaks from making music because it's kind of like you feel like you done maxed out on every single idea that you have.
Not at all. It come back down to again how you built out. We are surrounded by people who only make music. Mm. Our manager come from music. Mm. Our producer come from music. We come from music. We're making the music for free. Mm. Like Future makes music every day. Mm. Like, it's different. We was making music for free. Mm. That means we love it. You can't burn out on something you do for free.
It's also life experience. It's just traveling the world. There's so much inspiration drawn from that. It's like,
it's just
endless things to talk about.
It's just free. So right, it's from the love. Love is the highest frequency and vibration on the planet.
Now for other artists, becoming artists, right, who sit back and watch you guys, right? We already broke down how important it is to have the right team.
100%.
And along with that, the sacrifices that you have to make or what have you, the traveling and things like that or whatever. So as an artist, and you watch other up-and-coming artists, what are the biggest sacrifice that they'll have to make in order to be successful in the industry?
Everything. Like everything is you want. It depends also how far you want to go. Mm-hmm. We want to do it all. We want to do anything we want to do is what we want to do. Mm-hmm. So you ask yourself, how far do I want to take this? Mm-hmm. You know, like how serious is this profession to me? Mm-hmm. That's the first thing you ask. Then you build to the team, and it's always about people who believe in you. Like excitement power is important.
You're definitely going to be sacrificing time as well.
Time, yes.
Time hanging out with friends, time just hanging out in general. You got to be in there working on your craft, trying to get better.
Right. Have you looked back at some of your first the first set of work that you've done and seen any development within your artistry?
Oh, yeah, 100%. Yeah. We dedicated our life to it. Like, so us watching the progress is like, oh, wow. Because they would always say, like, now watch, you're going to get even better. And I'm like, man, what you mean?
I'm already good.
Yeah, but then these is all such growing moments, you know? Right. And you're like, nah, I understand.
Right.
I understand.
And then you just get better and better and better.
Mm-hmm. So now let's get to the current project.
Silent Phase 1.
You know, the ADHD.
Correct.
Video was a dope video.
Thanks.
What was the concept behind the video?
We was in Paris. That was when we was in the hood.
All right.
So we were with the creatives, our creative friends. Shout out to Dot. We're staying in Paris, but we take the train to the hood, and we like, all right, because they had this school. Mm-hmm. So it's different in Europe. It's a lot of like the minorities. They live in specific areas. So there's a group of creatives, and they were in this one place. It was like a school, like some type of creative school. Mm-hmm. So we just went there, and it was like. He like, they do this, they do this, they do this, they do this, they do this. I'm like, let's work. Like, let me him like, let's go.
Yeah, we could run and gun it, or it don't even matter. We just gonna make it happen.
Right.
So we spent days just coming up with ideas, and we're just like, I bet. And it just came to life. Run and gun, conceptual sides. Like, the whole thing was to provoke how ADHD feels.
There we go.
Chaos. Mm-hmm. Like we're organized chaos. Like that's what we bring.
I say it all the time. Yeah. I'm definitely organized chaos. How the hell your chaos can be organized? Hey, don't ask me. I'll make it work.
It's the best way to be though. Like it shows I think that's a creative element of people, like that people can carry.
Right. So has there been any situation with any particular song that you made that you sat down, you made it, this is the reason why you made it, this is the message behind it, but someone else, your audience, your fans interpret it differently?
All the time.
Oh yeah? And how do you handle that? You're like, no, this is what it's supposed to be.
It's like interesting to kind of see their perspective and see how they
that's what you got from that?
Yeah. So.
Okay, all right. And which song was that? Like
all of them.
All of them?
Yeah, because people think I have a funny accent.
Yeah.
So certain stuff, I'm like, that's what you thought I said?
Right.
And that's not what I said. But I'm like, okay. And then I explain to them, or he'll explain to them. And they'll be like, oh.
Okay.
Yeah, so it happens all the time.
But that's just good. To me, that's really, really good. That means that your visuals are really great. Like you took thought into your songs and stuff like that, to where there has to be some conversation about what people think or what their interpretation is, right? Yeah, so I think that's good. Once there's conversation happening or there's misunderstanding of what you have put it out to be, that is a dope thing.
Job well done, right?
Yes, job well done. Absolutely.
Yeah. So, like, like with artists, right? We're, when they put out certain projects or what have you, they always want to invoke a certain feel, a certain energy. So when you guys were working on this latest current project, what was the energy you was going for? What was the feel you was going for?
A dose for every feeling.
A dose for every feeling.
Every emotion.
Every emotion.
Then,
So we're going to be transparent, right? And I hope you guys be vulnerable, right? You guys are human beings, but you're men. Sometimes men can suppress their, some men, a lot of men, more than less, suppress their emotions and their feelings and stuff like that, right? And I don't want to say macho or whatever it is. How do you deal with criticism, right? Because you're still human, right? You're men, but how do you deal with that? How do you deal with criticism with your music or even in your personal life?
It depends on who's coming from and how they address the message. Like, it's communication. So if it's, we'll know who to accept criticism from and who not.
Yeah, I like the way you word.
Yeah. So it's
be insecure in yourself and knowing that it's just another perspective. It may not be a perspective that agrees with you or, but it's another one to intake. It's okay to have that perspective, but
okay. So you
even
just
if I don't agree with it, it ain't gonna mess me up.
Yeah.
When you say it depends on who it comes from, is that more like if it's coming from somebody personal that you care for, that you love?
Because they have your best judgment.
Okay.
Like I understand. I hear where you're coming from. I probably thought of that in my subconscious, or we thought of it in our brains. Like, all right, that makes sense.
Right.
Again, it's your team. Like, you always want to, even down to your partner, like, it's always about having that understanding. Like, that's big. Like, that's all humans have is communication.
And that balance.
Using your emotional intelligence, effective communication would take you a long way.
100%.
And then, it's a difference between somebody telling you what you need to hear and somebody telling you what you want to hear also.
Yeah, 100%.
You know what I'm trying to say?
Big difference.
So it's kind of like it's like, I get what you're saying, because it's kind of like when certain people try to tell me certain shit, I'll be like, man, I can't learn shit from you. I don't even know why you even talking to me.
Yeah.
Compared to like somebody else who I hold in a higher regard, who I know has experienced certain things or whatever, where it's kind of like, okay, I'll be more inclined to sit back and listen and, okay, let me, he might have a point, she might have a point.
That's one perspective for me.
But I like to listen to everything everyone says.
I am that person.
It's like filtration system. Like, it's like, I say, okay, all right. Like,
and everybody has their own,
nailed it.
And everybody has their own opinion that they also, like, I was, people argue online all day. That's
I don't play with that. Like, that place, that's the internet.
So they
like me, like really,
Yeah,
I got two.
So they was trying to say that Jay-Z first album was whack.
But they think they wasn't out. They wasn't. What they talking about? Reasonable Doubt?
Yeah.
But they're not gonna understand how. Like,
Excuse you?
So to me, I'm like,
Who
yo,
said that?
are you out your mind? Like, they was having an argument with Jay-Z and Nas. So to me, I'm like, yo, it's one A and one B. You can't go wrong either way.
Or none.
But just for you, If you want to ask whose album was better, some people's going, first albums, some people might say Illmatic, people might say Reasonable Doubt. Me, I like Nas more. But to me, Reasonable Doubt was the best, that's my personal preference.
Two different walks of life.
Nas
is 17 years old making that out of Queensbridge Project.
You're entitled to your personal opinion on anything.
But to say that first album was garbage, I'm like, okay, you have no understanding of music.
Those are not opinions
whatsoever.
You see, the opinions don't exist in music.
Exactly.
Like you that means you're just not comprehending it.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay. So I feel bad when a consumer says something like that. You just like,
is it your own personal comprehension? Then?
Yeah, that's it. And then you can't be mad at that. You just that's naive.
They don't know no better.
Like
exactly. You just don't know no better.
Like with Kendrick and Drake. Like, Drake is phenomenal. Drake is that guy. But it's certain shit that only certain people are going to get when it comes to Kendrick. So it's like, if you don't he's
deep with it.
He's tailor made. These people both captivate different kind of people,
different kind of audiences.
But they also acquire the same people
at the same. How you said it.
Yeah, so again, it's the internet that causes the confusion.
The internet is always going to cause the confusion.
But at the end of the day, these are two incredible, talented artists. Like, you can't.
Very, very good.
Sometimes I think is strategically done too. You know what I mean, for sales and promotion. Because I'm into I'm really
little WWE go on sometimes. Yeah.
Yeah.
But you can see through it. People are intelligent. Again, you just have to look and pay attention.
But some people just stupid though. Yeah. Respectfully.
The internet is a place.
Respectfully.
No way around it.
A different place. That place is a different place.
Yeah, man.
He said that's a different place.
You can whip out the phone and start talking crazy.
Right.
Literally. And nobody.
I be thinking you a bot at that point. Like, you got to be kidding.
But there's somebody that doesn't think that. There's somebody that's like, nah, that person's serious. I believe that. That's dangerous.
Honey, an artist should have no place in that world.
We're supposed to communicate through the music.
But it's dope how you guys understand that.
Oh yeah.
So you know how to navigate that way you don't get caught up in the pitfalls of that.
No, we ain't got no time for that one.
Had that discernment.
We can see the people real life.
Mm-hmm.
Right. See, that's the thing. What I was saying, like, for me, it's all about my intuition. Because you may have someone who you may not consider, may categorize them in high esteem based off of their success, but you can tell they genuinely care about you. You know what I mean? Like, so, and I tell people all the time, it's a filter. A filtration system. Like, I'm going to listen to anyone. I remember talking to a homeless man years ago. Like, he literally was getting dressed in like a grass. And when I tell you, this man knew everything you can think of when it came to the Wall Street and the IBMs and the stocks, he knew it all. He was reading it. You knew the New York Times. And someone has a story. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to take what I'm supposed to take to receive it, to enhance whatever it is that I need to enhance in my life. And I'm just going to leave out the rest, you know? Yeah. Sometimes people have the information that they just don't apply.
Correct.
But you got to know what to take and what not to take.
Right.
Of course.
From who? You know what I'm saying? Like I was arguing with somebody about Elijah Muhammad. Not trying to get too religious. I'm like, you could take, I don't agree with certain things he did, but you could take some things from him and learn from him as well. Like, you could take some things and learn from anybody or what have you. That don't mean I gotta agree with everything you're saying or whatever, but knowledge is infinite. So you can learn knowledge from anywhere. You can learn knowledge from the biggest scumbag in the world, but that scumbag might say something that one time that might be like, oh damn, that makes sense. I'm gonna go ahead and run with that. Chef's kiss.
What you want to know?
Man.
The way he said, what you want to know?
The concept behind it.
What you think it is first, and then let's go there.
I want to know, because that ADHD.
To me, chef.
What? Okay. That's what I was stuck on. I was like, okay.
So you didn't get the chef's kiss yet?
No.
That's
with me. Honestly, with me, this is how I test certain songs, right?
Let's go.
He has his own.
I have my own. So like when I start listening to certain shit, when I go ahead and want to roll up and start to smoke,
he get deep in.
That's how I know. Like, okay, you got one. You know what I mean? Because with me, like if I could listen to your whole project, right? But I'll find one or two songs that's dope as fuck. And I'll listen to those same songs over and over and over again, because with me, I'm a sound guy.
Yeah, you're good with the ear.
So it's something in there that's just like, no, I to me, I have to absorb it. I have to feel it. It's like a 2.5 minute movie to me, a 3 minute movie.
Facts.
So it's like when I'm listening to it,
what that was.
I'm closing my eyes and I want to like experience. Like that's how I receive music. If I can't go ahead and feel like I'm actually walking through what you're talking about, then to me it's like it don't really move me like that.
I got a feeling, and I will stop it and be like, "What he said?" and rewind that joint right back.
And with me, I always been like that.
That's what you get me, like,
because even when I was a kid,
sometimes listening to certain stuff, like I'm emotional, so you don't put, but oh my God.
See, like when I was a kid, I used to my mama used to play Michael Jackson all the time, and Luther Vandross a lot. You feel me? So it's kind of like certain things. It just like. You know how like when you a little boy and it's like, yeah, I don't want to hear that shit. But then like, you not realize the whole time that, you know, your heart. Because like at the end of the day, when I think of music, it's here. Yeah. It's here. And like, if it's not from here, then to me, you just, you use it as a hustle. And if you use it as a hustle, I don't knock you, but that's how some people get 5 minutes of fame. I don't call it 15 minutes because the internet now it's not even 15 minutes. It's 5 minutes, literally.
They'll pack you up the next day.
But then you have
and then where you go?
Other artists who just have such longevity where it's kind of like, you know, that's why you got the Futures of the world. Yeah. You got the Drakes. You know, a lot of people hate on Drake. Yo, listen, that dude's been doing this thing for 15 years.
No, he's a great.
You know, like
100%.
That last that long.
When he talking about the quote unquote 1%, and in music you have a 1% also. You have that 1% that stands out where like 30, 40, 50. You just talk about Stevie Wonder. Yeah. And other people where it's kind of like, you know.
Wow, he said Stevie.
Timeless music.
Yeah, my man in the spot in the arena still. He's still in the arena.
Yeah, fact.
He's 70. He's like 75.
Even Doug like in his 60s. Like, yo, I'm telling you,
timeless.
And then that beatbox gets even longer and longer. I'm like, what?
Even with 50, the tour he just did.
Right.
Most rappers can't do that at his age. He literally toured 100 cities.
Off of Get Rich or Not Trying.
Off of music for 20 years ago, and it's one of the most successful hip hop tours ever.
We did good.
But it goes it goes to show you he understands his brand. He understands that he has a core audience that's always going to go ahead and support him.
But his health was intact. Okay,
yeah, of course he knows. Like he understands he's a good businessman.
Right,
a good businessman knows that you got to be good businesswoman as well. Knows that they got to be on point with their health.
You knew the importance of branding early. Yeah. So
I want to make sure I spread that message loud and clear.
That's your money maker.
Yes.
You're the money maker. So
who creates your merch? So the merch.
Who does it?
Yeah,
we do.
So you guys doing everything yourself.
Yeah.
Okay. Copy.
And y'all hands on. Is there any? Obviously, it's going to be a point where you know you're going to be high in demand, and you have to pass things over to someone else to handle that part of your business.
Nah, he's got the type that want to handle that shit himself. He ain't gonna. He ain't let nobody touch his. He ain't let nobody fuck with his baby.
Doing 50 songs per thing. Yeah. Y'all ain't gonna have time.
No, we're not gonna we'll do the designing of it, like all of that stuff. We'll make sure like it's because it's got to be cohesive. Yeah, it's got to be.
We'll just expand the team, but we'll still be.
There you go.
So like, okay, when you're doing fashion, I think you might have answered this question earlier, but you know what I mean. Pardon me if I am asking the same thing again. What different kind of inspiration do you get when you're creating your fashion compared to creating music?
Colors.
All right.
Yeah. I see that beautiful lime green on the gray. I love it.
See, you get
and then that pink right there. That's my favorite.
Colors.
I'm like, colors.
We see it's like seeing music, but you're seeing it in clothes.
It's kind of the same approach. We make what we feel in that moment.
Mm-hmm. And what are your favorite colors?
Everything.
Everything.
We'll bring a Pantone book. We can have a good time.
Everything. But is there a top like 3 that you would pick? Yeah, over
teal.
Yeah, teal is one of them for sure.
See, I don't even know what that is, but I'm listening.
Turquoise.
That's like turquoise.
Oh, okay, I know that one. Yeah, I know.
Okay. Almost like a periwinkle. No, turquoise. Yeah, teal.
I like lavender.
Okay. Nice purple. Can't go wrong with a red.
Red?
See, red is a little aggressive for me. Yeah.
Oh yeah? Yeah, red is that's making a point. Your point of anything red, that means we on fire right now.
Black. I like black.
Yeah.
Black? Okay. Okay. How important is, because you guys, you said you come from Africa, you from Jamaica, right? Roots or whatever. How important it is to incorporate culture, your specific culture into your music.
That's how StressGods came upon.
There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, those. It's my family's from Sierra Leone. That's, you ever seen Blood Diamond?
Let me tell you, I went to Guinea.
That's where my father's from.
But I had to stop off at Sierra Leone. I'm telling you, when the airplane opened up in that water, I was tempted to get out because I was already upset. What the fuck are we going to Sierra Leone to get to Guinea? Like, do you think I got time for something on this plane forever? Yeah. But then once they came in and they opened the door and I looked, I was like, yeah, I gotta stop off here, man. This is fire. Really, and there's a connection between there's a movie and a book called I forgot some female African name, and she comes from Sierra Leone, and that port between us and there is where we came from directly from Sierra Leone. So there's a lot of history behind that. So I want to definitely. I'm a historian. I gotta go. The book of Africa, something like that. I can't remember her name, Amanda or something, but it is definitely a connection that I want to make personally and go to Sierra Leone for sure.
You should come. We'll invite you.
Yes.
It's a beautiful place. Like, Africa in general is amazing.
What? I've been to Senegal.
You've been
Guinea.
around.
I've been around. You want to surprise? Take me.
What?
I don't need to ask you for a million. Take me on a trip.
Okay.
Describe the energy being in Africa compared to other places.
See, I've never been. Like, I'm a first gen.
Okay.
He been to Jamaica. I've never been to Africa.
Okay.
And by the way, my father's from Jamaica.
Oh, wow,
on my birth certificate, he was born in St. Catherine, raised in Kingston.
That's fire.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm there. I'm with you guys.
See?
So you've never been. You've never been. You're first gen, but you've never been.
But I'm in the house. I can almost see Africa.
Right.
I understand what you're saying.
I'm like,
I understand what
this
you're
is
saying.
exactly, like, I feel it. Because these people, they never been
better than you.
Yeah, like, they never been to their first time in America is the first time then they had me.
Right.
No one is giving me this book on America. Like,
Right.
So I had to understand the differences, like being with American people outside versus being African, but you don't understand until you get older. Like,
wow,
because it was frowned upon. They made fun of people like me.
Your name, all of that.
Yeah, always how I talk, like my name, my parents. But as I grew, I'm like, oh, this is really special.
Right. Yeah, you know what? That's the diversity that the powers to be put on us, just so that we can be divided. The African booty scratching names.
Yeah, and I was gave me that one a lot.
Yeah, it was hard. My kids, they're West African, so.
Oh, really?
Seydou Cisse. Can't get no.
Oh, yeah, African.
I'm like, you love your name, boy.
But you know what? That was such a blessing for you.
Yeah.
Because that's why the music that you make is so diverse.
Yeah. And the team, they kicked that out of us because they're like, boys, y'all better
tap into that.
Y'all better tap into that.
That culture.
You tap into that. You know what I'm saying? More and more.
Grateful.
Yeah.
Like, that one changed the game. 100% for us. Like,
God don't make no mistakes.
No, 100%.
For real.
Oh, man. What about you? Like, how important is it for you? Coming from the Caribbean. Shout out to Vibes Cartel. He's finally out. You know what I'm saying? Nice. And like how is it? Are you a first gen?
Yeah, I'm a first gen, but like, it's super important to me. But I feel like ever since I've been out there to Jamaica, it was just like a different connection once I touched down there.
Home.
It's like you said, it's home. It's just, you want to connect with your people. You want to do right by them. And you want to lift them up any way you can.
100%.
Is there any pressure on y'all? Because y'all know how people are. I'm first gen myself. Is there any pressure on you to like support the family in any way?
Of course, we're gonna do that. We want to do that.
Honored.
Can't wait to do that.
No other way.
Yeah.
Only that way.
No other way.
No other way.
That's right. That's super important, you guys. Take care of your family because we're coming in, we're in 2024, we're getting ready to close out, but we're coming into like this generation where we don't feel like we should take care of our elders. We shouldn't preserve our culture. I was talking to a young lady earlier today because I've been through it right now with my mother before coming here. You know, I had to make sure she was good. And she's like, you're such a good daughter. And I'm like, no, I'm honored. I'm honored. You know what I'm saying? If my mom didn't have me, my pops didn't create me, I wouldn't be here. So I think it's very important that we take the opportunity to take care of our elders.
Honor your people.
They're preserving the history, you know, ask them questions.
We got to learn from them. They've been on this earth longer than us.
Facts.
The internet got people, the children of today, you know, thinking that they're not supposed to give anything back.
They'll wake up.
They always talk about some. They'll wake up. Like, Mom, I need you. I'm over here dying. Give me a call. Yeah, it's just important to preserve our culture and take care of, you know, our community. Because sometimes they get astray with watching all this craziness on the internet and this gentle parenting. And they're telling the parents everything that they need to do, but they don't tell the children. Like, okay, you got to honor your parents too. You know,
that's true. That's
give and receive.
Man, you got kids killing their parents over PlayStations.
My son is in flag football, and they like Duke in the school, and I said, "And home, home." What you hello? I yelled that on the football field, Mom. I'm like, I'm sorry if I embarrass you, but no, they got to stop. Where do we play a role in this? You know what I'm saying? Hello.
They're important. The parents are important.
Yeah, why not? Why not?
Strong. You guys are the parents are the anchors.
Come on, man. Come on with it. You guys are so positive.
Man, where can the people find the clothing that want to go ahead and purchase it?
StressGods.com.
StressGods.com?
Yeah. StressGods everything.
Okay, everything StressGods.
StressGods on all platforms.
All right, so they're gonna find all the music, all the clothing, everything right there.
Yes, sir.
That's what I'm talking. See, let's get to the money. That's right. Let's get to the money. That's right.
This is our last question. What part of the music business would you advise somebody to focus on the most? Like when it comes to just the business side, like should they focus on making sure that their songs are registered correctly, or making sure your budget is there? Like how important is it, and what part should they focus on when it comes to the business part of it?
The music.
Just the music.
Focus on that, and then you get into the business. Okay. Because it's a product. Apple not about to give you the computer if the computer not ready to go.
Facts.
Right? So you focus on the skill.
Yeah, no, it's your profession. Mm-hmm. If you do that one, then you could do it forever. Mm-hmm. Like, then I'm not going to tell you go be a content creator. But if you want to be a musician, go be a musician. Mm-hmm. Then you go make the content.
Right.
Because you understand it. That is basically your template. If you understand this music, you can create ideas and how your concepts are going to go.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
You can't go make the content and then say I'm about to go make the music. That doesn't work.
No.
Okay.
Then you're a content creator, not a musician.
You know, that's ass backwards. Nah, man, that's some dope advice.
I appreciate it.
It was a dope conversation.
Thank you for having us.
Nah, man, thank y'all for coming, bro. And,
appreciate y'all.
I appreciate you.
Man, we wish y'all the best of luck of everything that y'all got going on, man. Most important thing, man, stay together.
100%.
Don't let the game split y'all apart. Y'all stay 10 toes down like y'all supposed to. You know what I'm saying?
I had to get my belt. No, I'm just kidding.
we're like the Siamese twins.
Facts.
I had to put together like this.
Right?
No going nowhere.
Because for real, because I want to say this before we figure it out. I've been around different groups, man, where it's kind of like they might make some good music, but you be around them, and it's like, yo, they don't like each other. They don't fuck with each other.
What kind of crispy?
And you could tell the energy. You could tell is like they only want to sit next to each other. But with y'all, it's kind of like I don't get none of that shit. It's a brotherhood.
Yeah.
It's a brotherhood. And just because you didn't grow up with somebody from the same box don't mean that person don't end up being your brother. Because sometimes that person end up being your brother more than your family.
100%.
Family is not always identified by blood.
For a fact.
By actions.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
Always by actions.
By actions.
So one more time, man, tell them where to find the merch, music, and everything, bro.
Yeah, every StressGods on all platforms, StressGods.com. Check it out.
Stress.
All right.
10 Toes Down, another episode. WCR 90.3 FM.
Yes. We appreciate you guys.
Dope episode. You know?
It was dope. 10 toes down.
10.
I mean, if y'all agree with it, then we gonna stay 10 toes down.
Keep it on the ground.
You got to do it again.
Yeah, I know what it is, man. 10 toes down.
Yes.
Trust God.
Trust God.
We out.
Put God first.